Who is Melchizedek? Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. The fit for this video is the Spawn #1 cover. And Melchizedek is first mentioned in Genesis 14:18, and this is part of the story of Abraham going to war against Kedorlaomer and the other kings who have captured Lot and taken other goods. And it says that the king of Sodom came out to meet Abraham. And then in the very next verse, it refers to Melchizedek, king of Salem, being priest to the Most High God and bringing out bread and wine and blessing Abraham to El Elyon, the Most High God. There's a confusion of the identities of the king of Sodom and the king of Salem, Melchizedek, in these passages. And it's most likely that scribes have changed this because Melchizedek was probably identified as the king of Sodom in the earliest versions of this story. And if you'd like a discussion of that, I would highly recommend Bob Cargill's recent book on the topic. But Abraham then gives Melchizedek a tenth of all of the spoils that he took from the war with the other kings. And this is usually identified as the origin of the tithe, but more likely, Abraham is probably returning stuff that had been taken from Sodom and from Melchizedek by those kings. And so he's really just saying, here's some of your stuff back. And we have a little back and forth where Melchizedek, well, it says the king of Sodom, but probably Melchizedek says, give me the people, but keep the goods. And Abraham says, no, I'm not going to have you claiming that you made me rich. So I'm just keeping what the people have eaten and stuff like that. So it is a story that has gone through some editorializing, and we don't know exactly how it originally looked, but Melchizedek is probably identified as the king of Sodom in the original story. The only other place in the Hebrew Bible where the name Melchizedek is mentioned is Psalm 110:4, where we have a reference to the Davidic king being a priest forever, according to the manner of, after the order of Melchizedek, which is probably a reference to the fact that Melchizedek was a priest king, similar to the way that David was a king, not from the Aaronic line, but who still operated in priestly ways, whether or not he was supposed to. And then the only other references to Melchizedek in all the Bible come in the book of Hebrews. Chapters 5, 6, and 7 have a bunch of references to Melchizedek. Pretty much all of them are either quoting Psalm 110:4 or riffing on this notion of Jesus as a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Now, nothing in the Hebrew Bible indicates that Melchizedek was thought to live forever or anything like that. But that is an interpretation that develops within Greco-Roman period Judaism. And we even see an interesting reflection of one of these innovative reinterpretations of Melchizedek among the Dead Sea Scrolls. 11Q13, also known as 11Q Melchizedek, actually takes a bunch of quotations from the Hebrew Bible and reads Melchizedek into them, including Psalm 82. Where it talks about God standing among the gods and judging. And in this manuscript, it actually says that this is talking about Melchizedek as the Elohim, the deity who's standing among the gods to judge. So there were clearly elaborations on the Melchizedek tradition taking place within the interpretive traditions of early Judaism, and that probably influenced the author, whoever they were, of the book of Hebrews to represent Jesus as a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. But we don't have a bunch of other references to this. It's just what we have in the scrolls and in a few other scattered references in literature that did not make it into the Bible.